As soon as I started recording, guess who started to make some sounds? Yes, she's right here. Anyways, no, you're now watching a house tour from your favorite douche-tuber, and no, I just didn't buy an exotic supercar. I'm doing my 600 subscriber special. And last year I did a shelf-by-shelf collection thing. And this year I just wanted to do a room tour. I originally planned this with someone who would hold the camera, but I forgot that I have no friends. So here I am doing everything by myself, and my cat is in heat. Look at this silly goose trying to get some attention. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the room where the magic happens. And by that I mean horror collecting, not sex. Who has sex? What is sex? So this is the wide shot of the room, and I'll actually start with, where the magic actually happens. So this is the editing bay with some non-RGB keyboard, it's just red, a widescreen monitor with my project I'm working on right now exporting, and a second monitor. By the way, this is so fucking cool. It's called Wallpaper Engine on Steam. You can have an animated wallpaper. So yeah, so as you guys know, I don't only do editing and shit for YouTube, I actually used to be a professional video editor before I went back to school, so this is actually pretty new. I only used to have this monitor, then I remembered how fucking amazing two monitors were, and then I remembered how fucking cool these wide monitors were. This is the webcam that I use for my live streams, which I will start doing again pretty gosh darn soon. This is the microphone. It's actually for you audiophiles. It's a Audio-Technica AT2020. It's actually probably one of the best XLR microphone at its price range, and by that I mean it's like 150. I think I paid a bit more due to like COVID, and when I started my French podcast, it was right in the middle of COVID and everyone needed a goddamn microphone, so I got this at like 180, a bit overpaid. This is the microphone arm. This is just the shitty dinky little Amazon basic one. My cat is going very crazy, so I'll just shut the door lightly. These are the speakers. They're actually attached to, I'll move the gaming chair. Anyone who works mostly at the computer, you guys need an ergo gaming chair. We've got the pedals for the racing games, because as you guys know, I'm kind of the racing game fan. This is the subwoofer, and I don't really remember what this is, like the name of the system and everything. All I know is I need to change it. It's getting pretty old. The sound starts to crackle, but the bass and the sound is amazing. Well, for me. And you can see the terrible cable management. This is just some gaming chair gaming mouse that I've had since college. And there's cat hair everywhere. That's mainly on the keyboard. So what else for the computer setup? I have this USB XLR M audio thing, M track, the cheapest on Amazon. I just needed one. For my podcast, I used a Behringer soundboard, but for this room, I just, needed a single input, which is connected to the back of the computer, and this is the pièce de résistance of the editing bay. So this is my computer. I built this 2020, yeah, and I don't remember the CPU. It's a pretty high-end AMD one with some pretty cool RGB, and of course, the RGB RAM. I remember when these came out, I thought to myself, that's so fucking absurd, I'll never buy them. And then look at me, I've got 4 of them. By the way, this is 64 gigs of RAM, a bit overkill, but this machine is pretty much future-proof for like the next 10 years. A GPU, which is not something you find easily these days. This is the RTX 2070 Super. It's fucking good for gaming, for editing. And it's the CPU is just cooled with the CPU cooler that came with the CPU. I had a more complex cooling system in my previous machine, and all it did was fail. And honestly, everything, the temps are great. If you are buying a computer, please put the little legs on it. And my favorite little thing, although since I moved it, it kind of fell, but this is a Freddy Krueger figurine. You know, weebs have their anime waifus in their case. I have my horror husbando, Freddy Krueger, pretty sexy. Yeah, I'm talking about a child molester and murderer, but whatever. Hard drives for work. And if you're ever wondering, what do I use to record the movies, it's just a PS3. It's a PS3 connected to this little Elgato HDMI to USB 3. This is a must if you do any semi-professional video recording. I mean, like on Zoom, if you're getting recorded for like a podcast or anything on Zoom, you plug a actual camera like the one I'm using to this, and it's beautiful. And for the PS3, like I said, it's just a PS3, but you have to go through the HDCP, which is not what you think. It's actually HD copyright protection, and I have this little shitty $20 thing that I bought on Amazon. It's not called an HDCP like pass-through, it's actually called like a audio thing pass-through, because you know it's an HDMI, then you can connect some audio and you can connect an HDMI, but we all know it's for copyright protection. Because fucking technology, right? The PS3 had HDCP for movies and Netflix and everything in between, so this is the manual shifter, one of my favorite things that I ever bought. Again, it's for my racing sims. It's pretty cool, and it lets you, you know, drive cars with a stick shift. The VR setup, which hasn't been used a lot recently, but I really want to do some horror VR game live streams. So this is the shelf of like little collectibles, limited edition. So of course we've got Evil Dead 2 in the tin box, Halloween with a lot of dust, because Halloween should be dusty. This franchise is kind of trash. I realized that recently. I'm like, I bought this because, you know, it's fucking cool, but then I realized I actually like 1, 2, and 3, and the rest of the franchise is fucking trash. Unlike Friday the 13th, which I pretty much like every film, I should maybe do a live stream, like a tier list of all the Friday films, and the art is awesome. This is boring. Like, everything about Halloween is boring. The art is pretty cool. The Black Emmanuel box sets required. And my book, my film/magazine book collection. This is a pretty fucking underrated one. Not a lot of people talk about. It's this guy that ran a blog talking about his experience in actual grindhouses during the late 70s and 80s, but from a suburban point of view. So he's a guy from Jersey, and he does talk about going to 42nd Street a couple of times, but mainly Jersey urban theaters. And then of course they came from within, the book about Canucksploitation, some few fangos, So Deadly, So Perverse, probably the most disappointing book I have, The Rue Morgue, Lucio Fulci one, and of course Crab Monster, Teenage Cavemen, and Candy Striped Nurses, which is a book about Corman's career, which is one of my favorite. This is a dog that I got in Japan. This is an 8mm camera. This is a picture of me and my brother. This is a picture of me with a maid. Malcolm McDowell signed the Battle Royale, that it's of course damaged because arrow. Little toys, little knickknacks, the Audi Quattro with some knickknacks, the hypodermic needle from I Drink Your Blood, more plushies that I got in Japan. These are fucking ugly. They're like wrestling figurine horror things, and of course Chucky, the Shaw Scope, amazing box set, the Video Violence tapes and DVDs, without the shirt because I actually wore that shirt and it's not in good condition. some of these like Star Wars figurines. Camera equipment, garbage. This is the set. This is what you usually see in my videos. I got this. This is pretty fucking cool. It's like $50 on Amazon. It's an RGB LED light for a good price, and it's actually pretty good. It has some effects. If you ever wondered what film did I have in this canister, it's Bad Lieutenant, Port of New Orleans. There's not the entire movie there, there's like 4 reels. I don't know, it's a 35mm print though in the canister. Looks fucking awesome. This is a Bell & Howell 16mm projector that I never got to work. I do have 16mm films, but I'm not a projector expert and I don't know how to make it fucking work, and it makes me mad because it could be so awesome. I could buy some pretty cool exploitation films on 16mm and have like watch parties, and it makes me mad. If you're qualified in projectors, please send me a DM. Here we got some more camera equipment. We got the steering wheel, we got the boxing gloves because I like to beat people up. The original Italian one-sheets, the one that I have to hide during my online classes due to swastika. I Drink Your Blood, signed by Lynn Lowry, and my cat is trying to get back in. She'll probably start making noises again. The movie collection, which I don't think I really need to highlight too much. So if you're ever wondering how do I classify my movie collection, Italian movies, Scream Factory, Trauma, Vinegar Syndrome, Asian, Extreme, Euro Trash, Classic Exploitation, well, just Exploitation after the Euro Trash. So Exploitation, of course, oh yeah, so Euro Trash, just Euro Cinema, yeah, just Euro Cinema. Scandinavia, with of course Bergman, and Bergman next to, you know, classics like Thriller and Evil Ed. Australian / New Zealand, because I only have one movie from New Zealand. I'm not gonna make a new category for fucking New Zealand. You guys aren't even a real country. You guys don't exist, you're not real. Shut the fuck up. Canadian movies, if of course, like Cronenberg next to Clark, next to Classy Films, and then fucking Ilsa, then some more modern ones, blah blah blah, then Exploitation, which of course starts with the GOAT, Herschel Gordon Lewis. Then we got 80s American, 70s American, shot on video, 70s American, 80s, 90s, 80s, then slashers, then 90s, then like pre-1970, then some modern movies. Then what expanded the most probably in the last year, and that's independent, low budget horror. So we've got Cinema of Death, Dustin Wade Mills, John Doe, Guy S. Pearce, some Marcus Cook, Adam Albrandt, Sam Hell, more stuff than the variety. And we got documentaries, then trailer comps, then we got modern shit, and then got the stuff for my next update. More books. This one is also one of my favorite on Meiko Kaji, one of my favorite actress. Some Dean Kuntz. Some, hi, you want attention? Oh, you do? Junji Ito. Movies I have to sell. I'm actually gonna go to Bridgeport at the Archivist sometimes this summer, so I'll probably sell those there. Yes, what I film my movies, my videos now on, a wonderful Sony FS5, a professional cinema camera. You want to do that again? Yeah. On a, whoops, sorry. You have like this professional camera with like this amazing lens. And then you have a shitty Amazon Basics like tripod. Lu Suemi. No, it's not actually German or Italian. It's pretty fucking Chinese. As you can hear the wonderful sounds of plastic and my cat going fucking wild, eating my goddamn chair. You little bitch. What else? Yeah, this part I haven't really shown before, and it's actually a pretty cool part. So I actually used to collect old school video games before moving into movies. So we have NES and Famicom games from Japan. This one is great, by the way. It's Splatterhouse on the Famicom, so it's a family-friendly version of Splatterhouse. SNES, my cat trying to get into the movie shelf. Oh, by the way, Diane Thorne signed Tigress of Siberia, some more Italian one-sheets, $5 for an August Moon, and Buio Omega. Then, of course, lower we have the N64, Atari, PlayStation 1, Dreamcast, and anything with the CD. We got some guns, we got some screens, we got more books. My favorites from... I haven't started reading Bleeding Skull yet, I really have to. This amazing photography book, because I like photography, and it's Night Shots of Tokyo, it's beautiful. Then we got the mixology classic, Uzumaki, which I just need to read this and I'm done. Some Rue Morgue. This was one of the most disappointing books ever. And then the most interesting books that I have, school books. So the classic Canadian Parliamentary, very interesting. History of the United States. This one's actually a fucking great read. And then general history, and then behind that we have history of the Canadian people, and some more fucking history books, and then some professional cables that I need to give back to my ex-boss, but whatever. Some goddamn tapes. These are Jonathan Doe's tapes. Then we have What the Fuck Kev, he's a French YouTuber. Then we have Ilsa and Rabid, both still sealed. Basket case signed by Lauder. Then these limited edition Blu-rays of Jaws, The Breakfast Club, and Slapshot. Some consoles, some old Bear Spray, and some old school consoles. So we have the Atari, ColecoVision, which I don't think I own any games on. I don't even own the cables to play it because my father got it at a garage sale for like $5. Mini Donkey Kong arcade machine, TurboGrafx 16, probably the most underrated console of the previous generations. Some more stuff I got in Japan, Demoni 2 soundtrack signed by Lamberto Bava, Laserdisc of The Thing, soundtrack of The Wild Angel, and Laserdisc of Mad Max. And then some Coke bottles from Japan, so you have Tokyo, Kyoto, and Shibuya. Master System behind that. And then some boxes, games, Friday the 13th playing cards, French VHS of Friday the 13th, some energy drink cans, Pokemon cards. This one's probably worth a pretty penny because it's starting to get old. Some NES games boxed, a VHS of Class of Nukem High, a shiny Jirachi. Yeah. More cans, more toys, and yeah, more Pokemon cards. And then JNB next to my Italian movies because I thought that was funny. Anyways, I'm on the bed. And oh, am I zoomed? Oh, okay, I'm just too fat. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the 600 subscribers, and hope you like this improv, the fucking last minute video. See you guys next time. Did I really do the YouTuber thing? And my cat is just... I started talking, then she just started yapping.